Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots. Fun the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots. Fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Any feedback now? Does everybody hear me okay? It should be none because I had everything muted on the other side, but whatever. No feedback, right? Yeah, I don't have any feedback. Yeah, I think it's your computers. All right, good job. Everybody's hear me well? Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. We've got two trades going on. They're both slipping against us, but so be it. Gold and NAS. It's been a pretty busy morning. I've had a huge amount of signals. Literally in NASDAQ, it's been like a signal every 10 minutes all the way across. I don't know if you guys are trading since early morning. I have been. And most of them have been quite good. Most of them just been in play, even ones that were not that great. Most of them resolved. A few of them did not. This one may not. This one is actually turning. We're getting into that very, very rare situation where I'm going to have to go to another account because we're getting a counter signal just as I'm going to sell this in the other account. And you guys are going to see it in the other account here. Hold on. Let me go to the other account. I'm literally taking very rarely trades in opposite directions on two accounts because we had a buy signal that just completely converted into a sell signal right now. So in this account, I'm taking a sell while the buy is still trying to survive the stop. We'll see what happens to either one of them. But this one has an entry of 68. So I'm going to be at offer at 78 for a secondary trade. We're going to adjust the stops so they flip. And yeah, it's pretty unique that we have a trade that's both a buy and a sell within the range, but we're going to trade them. So now I'm on the other account on the short side. We'll see what happens on the other side. Looks like, hold on, let me go back to the other account. I think my gold actually resolved positively. Just bear with me a sec. It's the only problem is I have to switch accounts. yeah, my gold, if we go back to gold, that, hold on a second. Yeah, the gold trade resolved nicely positively, so that's good. So now it basically both short and long Nasdaq. I'll go to the 30 account. We'll try to trade that account and see how it goes. Because now I have to manage this account. I have to manage the short account. I already managed the long account. So if this short account comes up to my offer, I'm going to move my targets to the all right. Now we're going to move the targets over here. So now we're in a situation where the long account, I think the long account gets resolved at, it's very unusual, very unusual. 29. Long account gets resolved at 91. Hold on. 89.25. And the short account gets resolved at 68. So this is the 30 account. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, let me just move this around. Okay. And this is tight. So that's very interesting. So we'll see what works first. I forgot already what the long count is. I'm actually, oh no, I can't do it on both sides. I think it's 89. I said. I say 89. Oh, it would be right here because it would be at the entry point here. So I'll just mark it here. We can watch if the short account gets done. You know what? I'm going to take. I took the short account a little bit earlier for profit. It's probably going to go to my profit. Actually, probably hits my profit just to complete that whole account. Was super negative, and it came back to be pretty much all positive, as because because the trade is so choppy, and because we have only 10-15 minutes before the open. I wanted to make sure at least one leg of the trade worked. So if you go back to the other account, now we just basically have to see if the short account survives. But the long account managed to survive all these trades. Look at this. So if we go into settings, I'll show you. Go to the execution marks. You see how I bought here, and I was able to manage at 85.75. But the high on this was, what was the high on this? 88.75. It didn't quite hit my target, so it was really good on my part that I got out a little bit early. Now we go back to the short account, just managing my other account, and that's almost going into getting close into my break-even territory right now. So we'll see. It was very choppy trade, and I had to get very tactical about it. And one part of it worked. The other part, we're just trying to see if it can work. Oh, I have a lot of portable monitors I recommend. I actually bought another set of portable monitors. I'll show them. I'll show you guys what I bought in a second. Let's see how this trade does. Yeah, we sort of, after a big burst, we had a pretty good burst from 7:30 to 8:30 of about 90 points. We definitely ran into chop and into pretty conflicting signals on both sides here, right? So let's see what he wants to do now. Sorry, I should be in this is the 30 account. 72. All right, I took this trade also again early because you know why? And I'm sure this one actually probably goes fully to target. I probably would have made full target. Um, because you kind of don't look a gift horse in the mouth. We managed to make money both on the long side and the short side just by following technique. So you know, when the trading gods give you a gift, you take it. You don't ask. Remember, if I didn't take the early exit here, the long would have been a loss. So taking the early exit here, not taking the full target, you know, I'll take it. This was we're clearly in chop territory, so you take what you can get. And that's the thing about about the scalping trade is that you want to stay within the structure. You always want to stay within the structure, but within that structure, occasionally you have to get flexible especially when the markets are really non-cooperative, right? So first you have technique, and then you have that little occasional sense of discretion within technique, and that's the key thing. The sense of discretion is always within technique to make it. But anyways, welcome everybody. There was a lot of I didn't expect to be so busy before we even started trading, but there was a lot of activities. We resolved the gold trade to the long side cleanly. We resolved the NASDAQ trade to the long side sort of cleanly, and resolved the NASDAQ trade to the short side. All of them required a double entry. All of them required technique to get ourselves out of trouble. And I think that's the key thing. I sort of, one of the things I think I really want to talk to you about today. By the way, I'm feeling much better. So you can see, I slept literally all day long yesterday. I think I must have had some really vicious food poisoning. So now my mind is a little bit clear. And I wanted to talk to you about this one thing that I think is so important. You know how we talk about the idea that trading is a probability game, right? That basically every trade is a possibility. It's not a guarantee, right? That every setup is just a suggestion, not a hard confidence trade. Well, if you extend that concept further, if you sort of believe that everything is a continuum, probability basically means continuum. That's actually really what I'm trying to say, right? Probability doesn't mean fixed, right? That's, I think, is the thing that all of us screw up, because real life, we expect things to be fixed. I ordered my Uber on time. I want my food here. I add this to this, ingredient, and I'm definitely going to get this in this recipe. Everything becomes much more fixed, right? It's a probability of one in most of the things that we do in life. But in the real definition of probability, it's always a continuum. There's never a fixed point at which everything becomes true. It's kind of like a melange, right? Which is, if you get really wonky about it, this is what quantum physics is all about versus regular physics. But trading is very much kind of like quantum physics. It's a continuum. And the reason, if it is a continuum, then there is no fixed price, right? If your setup says this is the price, that's just a suggestive price within a continuum, which is why my 1-2 entry works so well most of the time. Because, I was actually looking back and trying to audit my trades. And I said to myself, what if I just took the first entry? Where would it be? What if I took the second entry? Where would it be? And the thing that answered me is that if I took only the first entry, only 50% of the trades, went to target. If I took the second entry, I missed the other 50% that took the target. Because basically the way the scenario kind of unfolds is, if you have a really strong momentum trade, your first entry is the only entry you need to make, because that goes to target, right? If you have a medium momentum trade, oops, I got disconnected here. Then you need that second trade to help you resolve the trade. And if you don't have that second trade, that first momentum trade is going to lose. So when you come to sort of peace with the idea, is this working? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that our signals are working. When you come to the idea that trading, especially on a short-term time frame, right, really, really true on that time frame, is a continuum process. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, did I lose my? Hang on a second. Sorry, I lost my my screen. Just one sec. Just one sec. All right, screen is back. Sorry about that. I was trying to. I have a delete key right next to the screen lock key, which is always really a lot of fun because whenever I try to delete something, it totally screen locks me out. So you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean that's fine, but Santiago, do you always come in 10 under? I mean, it's kind of I'm interested. Like I'm interested in your experience. Do you always come in at 10 under or like 5 under, whatever is the target under, and you only take the secondary trade to resolve? I mean, that's it's an interesting idea. You definitely you better have better risk reward also because you're only 1 to 2, right? Because you're keeping, or do you keep? I mean, I'm actually curious. Explain to us step by step. Give me an example with price, entry, stop on this particular trade of how you would do it, so that we understand what you're doing. Okay, because it's hard to understand when you do broad generalization. Give me an example of a successful trade. Price was here, but you bought underneath here. You put a stop over there. You exited there. Give me an example specifically of your strategy, because then I can explain it much better to everybody else. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Even sick, I had a good vibe on it. It did come down. Yes. Okay. See, like here's what Santiago says. He says he hasn't traded today, right? He hasn't traded today, right? I traded. Oh shit! I just missed it. Well, it doesn't matter. It's 9:15. No signal. I traded at least 20 times today. At least 20 times today. So again, but he may have just simply started. But the point is, there were 6 trades for me in an hour, 6 legitimate setups for me in an hour that I took. So again, it all depends on frequency. Now, this, by the way, also that actually brings up a secondary point. So if you're trading probability and continuum, and you got lots and lots of different trade possibilities, then the one thing you want to do, shit, I'm late, fuck, buy market. The one thing you want to do is do small size. Like I'm actually back down to trading just one micro on my trade. What trade am I in? What happened here? Wait, am I in the wrong? Oh fuck! Hang on a second. I'm in the 30 account. Okay. Shit. The only problem is you're juggling so many different things. You forget what you need to do. All right, let me focus on a trade, then I'll continue my thoughts. 92. I need 88.2 as my secondary entry. Okay, so I'm in this, and I should be at 92.2. Again, I'm adjusting my trades to what the market is offering me, not what I want, not what I can get. I came in late on this trade because I was talking. Buy signal. $2 target, $2 underneath for my secondary trade. If move my stop, my secondary trade stop to my first trade stop, so it's a tight stop. It's not a full large stop on the second one. It's only 2/3 stop on that one. And targeting my proper exit price. The exit price is $2 from the close, not $2 from my entry. My entry was off target, so I don't get the full. I don't get the full dollars. I get $1.8 or $1.7, whatever it is. All right, so I'm in that, and I got myself all arranged. So again, as I was saying, I'm just trading 1 micros, $20 trades, $100 per each account. I have 2 accounts already, like one at 85, one at 75, good enough for me for right now. Running. So now I'm trying to run my third account. The whole idea is to run 4 accounts, $100 each in 3 or 4 hours that I'm trading, 5 hours that I'm trading, and so on and so forth. And I'll talk about this in my coaching, which, by the way, those of you guys who want to join the coaching tomorrow night, here's the link. You're going to get, of course, the indicator, without which you can't really trade, and some really, really interesting thoughts and tactics about what I do. But I really broke it down now. These are all my funded accounts I'm trading, not my pre-funded accounts. And I actually had a thought that, I think, I don't know when, but my friends at Apex tell me that they're going to eventually offer a straight to funded account, which is like literally I just trading funded account from the start. Okay, here we go. Hang on. All right, let's put ourselves to resolve. So now I push myself to resolve. Now, why does this probability work most of the time? Which doesn't necessarily mean it'll work this time, but why does it work most of the time? So in this particular dynamic, as you see, what I'm doing is I'm entering a secondary trade, and then my resolution travel. So in the first case, my travel to profit takes 2 points. But in my second case, my travel to profit takes just 1 point. So I'm providing myself a greater possibility of resolution, assuming it works. It may not. On this particular trade, it's done. And that's what creates the probability. It's a continuum in everything. It's a continuum in the fact that there is no single fixed price which gives you a good entry. It's a continuum that there's no single exit price that gives you a good entry. It's a continuum is not that there's no single stop price that is the perfect stop price, right? Everything is managed dynamically, which is what creates the high probability trade in my particular setup, right? So so that's one way of doing it. Now Santiago's sharing with us his approach. Okay, let's see what he's saying. So he's saying did one trade today, 702 signal. He waited for a retrace, shorted at 39.74, got out at 73. Risk reward. Oh, okay. So he's doing something not completely different, mildly different, but interesting. In a sense. So let's take a look at he's trading 702 in gold. Let's go full. That's 702 my time, right, Santiago? Yeah, this one. He's trading this one. This one actually failed for me. It's interesting. So this one for him succeeded. Am I right that we're trading this one, Santiago? Are we trading this one? This is a trade? Okay. So what he's doing is this is a 2-minute chart. I see what he's doing. It's actually interesting. So and probably we can see this maybe on a 1-minute chart. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to get a little granular here. Oh, I think what he does, he's waiting. Okay, he's actually waiting for this thing to rise over here, 1 point above. So the close here was 72.4. He gets in at 73.4. Where do you get in? What was your entry? He shorted at 74. Okay, he shorts at 74. So he sells at 72.4. Oh, so he goes all the way up to 74 over here. I guess 74, and that comes down. So he's sort of he's waiting for it to come. He basically waits 2 points. Okay, I get what he's doing. He's doing a really interesting variation of my strategy. So he's basically saying, okay, here's the closing. I'm going to go 2 points above closing, but I'm only going to need 1 point of profit. I'm going to let it travel just 1 point of profit with a 3-to-1. So he's basically really picking and choosing his spots to give himself. I give myself the 1 point of profit on the second position, but I'm holding 2 units at that point. He's just using 1 unit on this situation. It's a really interesting variant of the thing. So he's basically coming in right over here and shorting here, and because this thing comes up to 74 and drops down to 73, he resolves it cleanly on the way. That's it's an interesting idea. The idea here is you basically buy deep in the hole and then hope for it to rise just 1 point above. His rise, he doesn't see with me, the price has to rise to the initial entry level. With him, it has to rise just 1 point below the entry level to make money. So even if you took this particular position, if he traded this one like this, so he went long here, right? This is 74.6. He's a buyer at 72.6, which is right over here, 72.6. The low here is 72.5. So he's a buyer in this candle, and he's a seller at sorry, wait, hold on a second. 74, yeah, 72.6. He's a buyer at 72.6. He's a seller at 73.6, which is here, right here, and he's a seller right there. So that's actually a very cool idea. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a single entry, low risk trade within the signal structure. It's interesting. That's very interesting. And there's lots of opportunities here for this move. This one would have stuffed you, but I wonder if this is 75.5, 77.5. That would be over here, 77.5. No, you would have even made money on this one, even on the resolve. Very cool. I like this variant. It's an interesting idea, Santiago. You guys following what he does, what he's doing? If you're not, I'll explain it in coaching. But it's a good idea. I am not. I'm not doing anything on NASDAQ until market opens up. But that's where we stand right now. Jerry, are you using TradingView charts or are you using wealth charts? If you're on wealth charts, they're going to look a little differently. They're not ready yet. The wealth charts, if you're on TradingView, okay, you're on TradingView, Jerry, and you have BFF dots only max, right? Here's what I want you to do. Go into settings and make sure the pull away trade is marked. Color candles, pull away, all of these two things are marked. If you want it, and just do it exactly the way I do. If you want to mirror me, just the first two check marks. Okay? Do that. Make sure you're on TradingView Max, and then they should work. Let me know if it works. Tummy's still sore. You can't. How do you add the BFF in wealth charts? You would do this. Hang on a sec. Let me. What's going on over here? Let me load wealth charts for you, and I'll show you. Again, the wealth charts version is not quite the same yet because we're still working on the upgrades. But the way you would do it in wealth charts is you go to Add Indicators, Marketplace, Boris Schlossberg, BFF dots only. Add Indicators, Marketplace, Boris Schlossberg, BFF dots only. Okay? Okay, we're just chilling for the market open here. But yeah, that's a very cool technique. And again, the cool thing is, wow, look at this, DRD, you're at 19, you're the man. I'm going to talk a lot about, guys, I'm really going to talk very hard about running the funded accounts and coaching. So those of you that want to sign up for coaching, please do so before tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day we do coaching. Let me give you the link again. Also, I saw a few people sign up, right, yesterday. You may be hanging out here with me and going, what the hell is my indicator? You probably signed up for like the basic package, and the basic package doesn't have my indicator. So I already had somebody ask me about this, and I'm very, very happy to do this. No problem. You email me saying, hey, I signed up for the basic package. I want the indicator. you sign up for the coaching, I actually refund you all your money back for the basic package. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get money back to use to buy Apex accounts. So you get double refunds if you get coaching. Super good deal. So if you're sitting here going, why the fuck do I have the shitty indicator, not the good one? It's because you're not in coaching. Okay, so if you just sign up for coaching, and I'll take care of you really well. Oh, it probably does need to be activated. But you need to be activated. You need to be in coaching, my friend. If you're not signed up for coaching, again, it's only if you're a Well Charts coaching member, then you have it. If you're not, you don't get it. It's not like, you know, that's the deal. Okay, so sign up for this. I just sent the link, and then it'll be activated. And if you're a coaching member and it's not been activated, then just let me know. We'll take care of it right away. All right, I'm just watching the market open here, see what's going on. Santiago, have you tried this in NASDAQ? It's actually an interesting approach. And I've had a whole bunch of NASDAQ resolve today, and that would make sense. They would resolve under the. Oh, but then you're using. I'll have to be using 5. Sorry, guys. Oh God, sorry. 515. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm trying to apply this idea to NASDAQ as well. You need to just email me a screenshot of your deposit, and I'll send it to you, my friend. Okay, just to contact BK Forex. There's no payrolls this Friday. Nope. But you know what we'll do? We'll probably do marathon trading. I can't do it on Thursday because Kay needs the room. We'll probably do marathon trading on Friday, because why not? It'll be our fuck around Friday. It'll be our favorite time. Oh. Wow, sorry guys. I really got the sneezels. So NAS is, interesting. NAS had that rally off like four. We basically had it was interesting. Yesterday I posted this. I don't know if you guys saw it. The moment they called the race from Andami, the market actually bottomed, and it started. It was like it was anticipating the win, and then once the win happened, it kind of started to rally, and kind of held the rally most of the day. But now, I don't know. I think we still see weakness. I think we see 25,000 before we see 26,000 in NAS. And so if that's the case, it's going to give us, chances here to the short side. But, doesn't matter what I think. It's only what the indicator shows me, right? So we actually have a possible sell signal coming up here. That went away. Let's see what the market wants to do. Well, New York has survived the worst. We'll see what happens. I mean, it was a very interesting election. Everybody 45 and over voted for Cuomo. Everybody 45 and under voted for Mondami. I think it really speaks to, people talk about the fact that young people don't have money and so on and so forth, but it's complete bullshit. Because if you think about our life, when we were in our 20s and 30s, it was more difficult, I think what's really happened in America is complete infantilization of children. I see it in my own children. I see it in my friends' children. The inability to accept hardship is so pathetically weak right now. We've just become such a weak society. And when people said, there was a guy yesterday who said something very interesting. He said, I thought by the time people reached 40, they were supposed to learn that communism was not going to work. And I'm like, that assumes that you think people are 40, because I think 40 is the new 20. People in their 40s are basically 20-year-olds as far as their maturity goes, their sense of life goes, their understanding of how life works goes. And mainly because two things, we've infantilized our children, and our life expectancy has grown older. So I think the whole generation of 40 and under is just literally 20 and under. They're just children, and it takes a very, very long time for them to become mature. We have a big sell signal here. Lots of volatility. It's going to be interesting to work it here. Let's see if it's going to work. And I think that reflects that much more than anything else. I mean, why else would you vote for somebody who's literally never had a job, never had any experience, has really horrendous ideas, only because he promises you things that he can't deliver because he doesn't have any power anyways. So, you know, it shows an incredible degree of infantilization of the children, which I think is really true of our whole society. Oh shit, what am I in? I'm in the 30 account? Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, let me switch around. No, I'm in the right account. Okay. Just takes a, wait, what's going on here? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hit gold. Now I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm late on that. I made money on gold accidentally, but I took this trade. Okay, this is a kind of a good entry. Let me just get out of this. Sorry. Again, I made a few errors. I hit the gold on the short side over here. It actually made money on the gold, and then I hit this late. And since I hit it late, it was already in profit. I just said, okay, I'm going to take the profit. But if I had entered properly at 14, this would have already made me the full 20 points. Sorry. Yep. I mean, I think that's very true. I mean, you know, this is very much a story. And that's really the story of this. It's not anything that the world is going to hell in a handbasket. It's just that we have a bunch of children who live in our society, and they'll learn. You know, they'll learn when life gets hard. You know, and life is going to get very hard for them, and then they'll have to grow up. You only grow up when life gets hard. This news top of the hour. What's the news top of the hour? Let's see. What was? Do we have any? Do we have news? Oh, the S&P composite PMI. Oh, this needs to be changed to UTC -5. Wait, what is it Wednesday? What do I have Wednesday? Oh, today's Wednesday. Oh, I forgot today was Wednesday. Ah. Oh, it's coming up right now, guys. About 5 minutes. Coming up in 5 minutes. We'll see if the PMI numbers are. Now, it's interesting. Now that the government data is gone, all we have is private data to work with, right? So ADP came in 42. That was pretty bullish, actually. Nice move. It's really ironic. Now, the irony of the whole thing is, what happens if the government stays shut down forever, and then we just simply get used to private data, and then we just trade off private data? That would be crazy. Yeah, but my point, Ben. You're right. My point, Ben. But like another month without NFP, and all you can rely on is ADP, right? Like it becomes more like imagine a world where there is no government data, then ADP becomes a lot more tradable. By the way, so I had this conversation actually with my son yesterday. What do you think is going to finally break the back of the stalemate in the budget process, right? And he was actually kind of making a joke, but I thought it was pretty funny. It's definitely not going to be SNAP benefits. Nobody gives a shit about SNAP. Nobody gives a shit about what else? What's the other stuff that people are not getting? I don't even know, healthcare, none of that shit is going to matter. You know what's going to break the stalemate? The TSA workers have started to walk away from their jobs because they're not getting paid. Rightly so. They just stop working. So the lines at the airports are getting to be like 2-3 hours long. The air traffic controllers are completely stretched to the point they've had to shut down a few airports for a couple of hours. Right. The moment air travel comes to a grinding halt, I guarantee you there will be such a vicious response amongst the populace, because then you're killing the economy and you're killing everybody's travel. You're doing all that shit that they are going to they're going to have a come to Jesus moment right then and there. To me, that's going to be the breaking moment. Air traffic, exactly. Air traffic controllers. It's air traffic. It's basically air travel that is the one thing that anybody really gives a shit about, and that's what's going to happen. Gold going down. MNQZ 31 seconds. Look at that big drop in gold. Gold has really been pushing off that 4,000. Every time they hit the 4,000, they break it right back down. They break it right back down. All right, let's see if we can get into that trade. Oh, God, I'm in the wrong trade again. Jesus, sorry. Sell market. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I have two things at the same time, so it's kind of hard to, I'm trying to, when I'm doing it myself, I'm a little bit more focused. So 88.1, the entry here was 87.6, 89. Ooh, I should be selling this, selling market. Okay, sold market here. Let's bring the buys over here. Let's bring the limits over here. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so I tighten my limits. I tighten my buys. My exit is 87.9. Let's see if it's going to come in a little bit for me. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh, and a sell now there's a sell signal over here. 50 seconds left. Let me get rid of all my markings so you guys don't get annoyed with all the fill marks here. And now we're going to set this up for a sell. 38 seconds left. Okay, let me put the right tab on here and be ready for this trade. Nope, that sell signal goes away. And the gold gets done. Let me just show you sort of this is my whole point about trying to be controlled. Let me just show you my PN. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to show you my PNL. And it's tight, but like that's the whole point. See, look at my PNL over here. You guys see it? Oh, can you see it? Yeah, you should be able to see it. It's just tight. I'm trying to get 100 on each account, nice and tight. Rotate them out. I'm going to go back now to the 29 account. We'll see if we can work that out. And you're always going to get one, problem child account. But remember, the whole point is you're going towards target in multiple accounts. And as long as you got 3 or 4 of them working your way, and then every day you're adding P&L, that's how you grow these things to their funded status. I just wanted to kind of show this to you to give you an idea of what I was doing. By the way, Santiago's method, just to let you guys know, would have totally worked on this. So the way this would have worked is 87.6. You came in at 89.6 over here, right? With a -3. It went 1 against you, and it came back down to 88.6. Would have totally resolved as a trade. So totally doable if you wanted to do that. Oh, we missed. I missed the news, guys. Sorry. Here's the news. Pretty better. Everything looks actually. That's the global composite. Oh, no, the U.S. Sorry, that's the U.S. global composite. Sorry. So it does look better. Forecast was 54.8. Well, forecast. This is a little below forecast, but better than the month prior. Okay. All right. ISM services coming up at 10, which is going to be the really big one. We'll see what that does. That's really going to be the big one. I guess we'll stay tight and not do anything until then, so that we don't get from there. Oh, portable monitors. It's a good time since we're not going to do any trades. Let's take a look at the portable monitors. Let me pull up the actual chart. Hang on a second, guys. There's two of them. I'll tell you which one I like better because I bought both of them. Hang on. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. No, not this one. This one. Okay. Or let me share this with you guys. Okay. So if you're using Windows, you see this one? Well, let me get you the link. This one is just dirt cheap. It's $200. It is literally the cheapest one. It works absolutely great if you're using if you have a Lenovo laptop or anything else. If you're using any kind of a Windows laptop, it's awesome. It's just plug and play, boom, 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 ready to go. No problems. If you're using a Mac, I would not get this. So hold on, let me. Where's the? Fuck. Where is the? Oh my God, where's that link? I can never find the. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Jesus Christ. I'll copy link. Okay, here we go. So this one, I think this is the one, right? Let me know if you guys are getting the same monitor. So this is excellent for if you're just a Windows person. If you're not a Windows person, then what you want is the other one. Here, I'll show you all my stuff. Whereas this one, you want this one. This one is really great for both Mac and Windows, and I really, really like this because it has what's called display link adapters built into it, so it's incredibly easy. It's as long as when you download display link display link driver into your Mac, it automatically connects to your Mac, and it does a really good job. So I actually have two of them. One is I have my portable is my Lenovo laptop. I use that on the road, and then I actually have a big monitor, and then this little side monitor for my trading Mac. I'm working with my trading Mac right now. So if you're using the Mac, this is the one that I would get. It's more expensive, but it's definitely worth it because it's a much better product. And they have bigger ones too. They all have like much bigger, side. I use the 15.6 monitors because the whole idea is that they're portable. But if it's going to be stationary for you, you could actually buy the bigger monitors, and they're fine. Yeah. Okay. So those are the things. So those are the monitors. Enjoy them. Once we update the wealth charts to the final version, then I will do a full tutorial and video on how to do this. Okay, but right now the wealth charts looks a little different. So the only thing you need to do, Well Trust doesn't need any configuration. It's literally just plug and play. If you attach it to the thing, it's going to look exactly like this, right? But it's not going to have the white candles and all the other stuff that I have in TradingView. So as soon as that gets done, I'll put in the video. It has really, really fast execution. You're right. Well Trust has great execution. A lot of fun with that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, big! Look at this big. That was a nice buy. I didn't take it, but that could have been a really, really good trade. Big reversal here. It feels like the data is actually pretty good. If ISM comes in positive, I think we could have a good, strong, big run because the shorts got all really, really happy on this crack. But if the data comes in well, it could be really, really good. So we'll see. Oops, sorry. I'm just checking to see what's on. PMI miss, ISM will beat. I don't think it really missed by much. It's interesting. Oh, this is interesting. This is my little pet peeve about my whole, arguing with myself about AI. Do you remember, guys? Remember we talked about global crossing? I remember I talked about this. So Zero Hedge kind of making this whole argument. Scenario one, we have a global crossing moment. Everybody crashes 30-40%. AI's launch log transforms the civilizational competition between U.S. and China as both government unleash historic spending, organic cash flow be maxed out, blah, blah, blah. CapEx is ultimately funded by both governments. Okay, that's interesting. AI's success eventually leading to AGI, new industrial revolution, leading to hundreds of millions of blue-collar workers without a job. Government launches universal basic income to avoid revolt. I think we're a long way from there. I don't think AI's success does not mean it's an AGI. AI's success means it's actually super, super useful in getting rid of unbelievable waste in our system. Like I want to give you here's an incredibly interesting example I want to show you. Hang on, let me find this. Off my feed. Let me go to my feed here. Just one sec. Let's go. So if we go to profile, I want to show you this is such an interesting little piece here. Where's my profile? Here it is. Okay. So this is so interesting. A guy used Anthropic. He used Claude to challenge this hospital bill. It was something like a $195,000 bill that eventually got settled down to $33,000. In fact, I would have sued this hospital to make it zero for the fraud that they committed. But the point being is that the hospital committed an enormous amount of fraud because it was hidden, behind very, very obscure coding and everything regulation. You would need obviously somebody highly specialized in Medicare codes and health codes and all that kind of stuff to help you work through this thing. $20. The AI managed to basically completely repeal this value. And think about how much of that stuff, just from basic stuff like legal contracts to even like basic medical advice, like I was saying yesterday, that I got from Claude, to everything else. There's an enormous amount. I mean, talk about billions upon billions of savings that are going to accrue to regular people because you're going to have the power of the global library at your fingertips with the skills and the ability to be able to do this. And I think, to me, AI is going to be a huge win for us as we go forward. No, that's what I'm saying. You get the zip, and you'll get the other indicator. Oh, the VIP training is with Kathy, I think. You get Kathy's training if you like that. But the wealth chart indicator is not part of it. If you want, as I said, if you want the wealth chart indicator, if you want everything, you just need to just join coaching, and I will refund you your money, Lucas. So if whatever you sign up for now, I'll refund it back if you sign up for this. That's what you need, okay? All right, a lot of comments here. Let me see what. Yeah, Michael Burry has not been right about the market. If you listen to everything that Michael Burry has said, you would have been bankrupt about 10 times over. He is truly a one-hit wonder as far as his ability to call the market. It's really been horrible. So I think, maybe he's right this time, but so is a broken clock. Everybody who I know who's a professional trader, we always laugh at him because he literally has not been right in the last ever in 20 years. He was right once in 2008 and has basically burnt his money ever since. I love Lenovo's. I love Lenovo's. When it comes to PCs, it's the only computer I buy, and there's 1,000 of them that are used. Like, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can spend $1,000 on a used Lenovo, and it will do you. It's just a machine. It is it's the workhorse machine of the traveling man. Yeah. So I'm glad he bought put options. He'll just burn his put options. There you go. I trade every day. Yes, I do. I trade every day. News in 3 minutes, guys. Correct. I think the market is anticipating good news. Look at that big rally in front of it. Let's see where we go. What time is it? 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the news. ISM services. Let's see if what it wants to do. Yes, I trade live stream every day. Just sign up for our. Actually, if you want to just join the community, just hit this as the join link. Feel free to join us and work with us. So, guys, another thing I was going to say is there's a lot of you guys who may not be able to get Apex because you're not. They don't take people from emerging market nations because of payment issues. So our CFD provider, which also, by the way, takes all the U.S. Maybe some of you guys want to trade CFDs. Maybe some of you guys want to trade Forex with Kathy on a prop basis. All that stuff. Our secondary prop provider, Think Capital. I'm going to do just CFD-based lives in Asia. Probably, I won't be able to do it this week, but next week I'll be doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 nights. I'll be doing gold, NASDAQ, maybe even Forex. But more importantly, I'm going to show you my one-click trading tool for MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4 that you can use with Think Markets or Think Capital. You can trade it through TradingView as well, but it's awesome, and it's going to be totally free for anybody who opens up like a $50,000 prop account with Think Capital. So I'll show all of this to you next week. We're just kind of previewing this. I actually, in that particular one-click trading tool, I even put in a special provision that says stop trading at X amount of dollars lost. Like if I lose $500, it won't let you place any more trades. It's really, really cool. It just disables the whole thing. So it's a really great discipline provision as well. So I think you guys will really like it. We're going to do it next week. I'm just kind of previewing it with you guys today. All right, here's the ISM. Much better. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. Prices paid not so much, but ISM just blows through the water. So our market's probably popping. No, not really. Market's totally not popping. That's interesting. I guess the whole anticipation was beforehand. So okay. Yeah, I'm feeling definitely better. Still a little bit under the weather, but I'm feeling better. Wow, look at that. What a surprise. Look at ISM was huge. 56 against 50. It's a big jump. Although employment was not, and employment was modestly big, but that's actually really good. All of it is pretty strong, and no impact on the market. But the market kind of, I think, ran in front of it. So we'll see what the next signals are. Definitely having a negative impact on gold, because I'm convinced I know it's a little bit out of consensus, but I'm absolutely convinced that the Fed is done, that they're done cutting rates, and that's ultimately going to be negative for the gold in the near term. I think the gold rally kind of hit its wall here in the 4,000s, and unless we have really serious sovereign debt issues and more geopolitical uncertainty, I think gold is going to start to trade back down. So we'll see. But definitely, you're seeing it's having a hard time even at the 4,000 level. But this, stronger economy absolutely puts the Fed on pause, in my opinion. Let's do a poll. I'm actually curious to see what you guys think. Does the Fed pause? Let's see if everybody thinks they're right. Excuse me. You could trade them. You don't need the indicator is the same indicator. It works. It gives you signals just as well. Or you could do what I do, which is you could take signals on TradingView and execute on wealth charts, which is just as easily done. A lot of people do that. One is not contingent on the other at all. Yeah, I mean that's a big question. That's a big question, but I think they will. I think Powell sounded a lot more hawkish than people thought, than people believed. Now the signals disappeared, right? So, anyways, I think we're going to do a marathon trade, like 8 a.m. to 12 noon Friday. Even though there's no non-farm payrolls, we'll have our own non-farm payrolls. See what we can do. I don't set any alerts, Rick. I don't set any alerts. I do everything visually. But what I would recommend is obviously setting the Christmas tree alerts, because that's the ones I'm trading off of. But if you like the alerts, I mean, they're definitely useful. The Christmas tree alerts are super useful. Gold making a big recovery. It just will not quit. So is NASDAQ. We could have potential setups in NASDAQ and gold here coming up. I'm not in any trades right now. As you can see, there's no trades on the charts, right? They're not blurry. They're totally visible. It's something. Are you watching me from like a iPhone? Everything is very, very visible here. There's no trace. You'll see it come in buy sell. The buy sells are signals. They're not trades. When you see trading, you have a trade. You'll actually have a trade on the thing. Are you guys able to see my trades? I think I can see everything on the trading view stream perfectly okay. Okay, buy signal over here in NASDAQ. Yeah, I'll make it bigger for you if you want to see it. We're just going to focus on NASDAQ. I don't know. It's not up to me. It's up to Wealth Charts to get the product done. Oh, we can't see the ticker name? Well, oh, you know what? Oh, I know. I think I know. Hold on. I know how to fix that. I'll do it as soon as we get a signal. That's it. That's actually a good point. I forgot to do this. Hang on. I'll fix that. That's actually a really good point. Because we only trade two things, which is NASDAQ and gold. But okay, so this doesn't look like. Well, we'll see if there's a trade here. Hold on. I'm just gonna wait for this candle to close. All right, I guess no trade in NAS. Okay, I think this is what we want to do. We go into settings. We go into symbol. Who wants to help me out here? There's a way to have it on to show the symbol name on the thing, and I need to find out where the hell it is. Is it in trading? Canvas. In the status line, which one? What do I select? Color. Where's logo? It's clicked. Why is it not showing? You know how like it has like the NQ in the background? Look at the title. Okay. Oops, sorry. Settings, title. Oh, there we go. Ticker. No. Settings, title, ticker, and description. No, it's all just over here. Just micro NXP. Ah. It's events. No. No, I don't know how to do this. Sorry, guys. I'll have to research it. But there's a way to put the symbol on the chart. Let me just Google this. How do you add symbol to background of trading view chart? Go to chart settings, select appearance tab. Okay, chart settings. There's no appearance tab. Click watermark checkbox. Where's the watermark? There's no watermark. See, that's what I was looking for. It's like there's no watermark. Canvas, watermark, ticker. Oh, Jesus. There we go. All right, still not very clear, but at least you can see it, MNQ. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. All right, well, we fixed that. It's watermark, right? Okay. Now I wonder if we could change this into white font so that we can actually see it. Let's see, settings, watermark, text, white. Okay. No. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now it's a lot bit easier. Settings, watermark, ticker, this, apply to all. Okay. I don't know why this is not working over here, but whatever. But it's easy. It's much easier to see now. Okay. Oh, we had a buy signal here in gold that kind of failed, so it was good that I didn't take it. But it was 85. Ooh, really big drop here. Okay, let's see if we get a secondary buy signal here in gold. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. You know, we're trading so long that everybody kind of knows what we're doing, but it's always good to look at it from a new person's point of view because then we always forget. I'm actually going to save this. So the settings are all saved. No signals, guys. So we're just chilling, waiting to see what happens next. So NAS looked like it just ran ahead of the news. It kind of sold on the news, which is why, you know, we never trade the news. We always trade the price action because the price action sometimes can be very different from what the news is, right? We have to see. Right now it's flashing a sell signal, not a buy one, so we'll take it. So is gold. Gold is starting to get short too. I like gold, you know, on a funded basis much more here. So let's try gold first. Actually, we're going to go to the 29 account because that's the only account that needs to be positive, and try to, you know, run that over. Oh, sells go away. Sells go away in both of them, so that's fine. Yes. Thank you for putting that out. Actually, it's really good. Okay, sell NASDAQ. Selling the news setup. 42 seconds left. We'll see if it holds. Remember, the key rule to how we trade, everything is technique. Everything is technique, right? And every time I break technique, I always feel sorry. You know, I'm always sorry because it always, even when I'm right, I'm wrong. The whole point is that there's a method to the technique. There's a logic technique that helps you win more than lose, which is all you can do. And technique says you wait until the candle closes, because it's not really a signal until the candle closes. You need to hold the lows, you need to hold the highs in order to have any evidence of momentum, of selling momentum or buying momentum, right? And of course, that doesn't work all the time, but it works more times than it doesn't, which is all you want on a probabilistic curve. All right, looking to see if we got any more trades. So in addition to like the Christmas tree trades, which are really, really good high probability, the trades that I like to do also, if sometimes I don't have the Christmas, a lot of times the Christmas tree and the pull away trade are the same trade. But if you have a pull away trade without it, sometimes like this. So you have a sell, then you have a pull away trade over here. I like to take the first pull away trade in the trend slice, because that tends to always suggest that there is more continuity in the thing. Like for example, this is a brand new green trend. First pull away trade, it's a mild one over here, but it would have worked. If you'd taken this, it pulled away and took you to target. So that's my other secondary momentum trade that I like to do. All right, gold finally showing us a sell. $1.46 on the clock. Let's see if it wants to stay. That is a 8-period SMA. The long chart is 200 period and against an 8 period. The short is the 8 period, and the slope changes depending on whether it's a positive slope or negative slope. Wow, look at gold, man. They just won't let it go down below the 375s. So a lot of support here, which means that the buy signal here could be a legit one. We'll have to wait and see. Buy signal in NAS, which is good. That means that they kind of chewed through the sell in the news trade. Let's see if this holds up. Oh, yeah, still very, very tight two-way market. Nothing much going on here. We'll see if we can hold support. All right, sell signal now. Market's just like really, really bipolar at this point. Anything in the news? Yeah, I'm not sure. I just was looking at the news. Okay, here's a sell signal in NAS. Thirty-one seconds left. Let's see if this holds. If it does, we'll take it. All right, we're in the trade. Close was 29, so that means I'm going to be offering at 39. I'm offering at 39. My secondary stop moves up to my first stop. I get a big flip here. Almost went to my secondary entry and then flipped all the way to the downside. So I'm making this wide so you guys can really see the structure here. So this is trading both ways. All right, in on my secondary trade and bringing my first trade over here to my second trade. And now we're pretty much, either going to get ripped or this is going to come back to my price. This might go right against me. Totally stuffed on the sell, which is fine because it was a legit trade. Which means that maybe the sellers just probed one last time, and now we get a buy signal. So if we get a buy signal, we'll reverse, and we'll trade it the other way. Yeah, they really flipped it. Let's see now if they want to come to break it to fresh breakouts here. Yeah, no, we trade very small size, quick exits, quick exits, quick profits either way. All right, if this closes higher, it's going to be a buy signal for us. Let's see if it works. Gold really got quiet. Vol and gold got very small. All right, NAS is starting to make the run. The highs are right through the 718s. It's 40, 120, 40 ticks, 120 ticks. 10 points, 30 points. $26 seconds. Let's see if the buy signal holds. Nope. Have to be a little patient here. Gold is showing a buy signal. Two signals now, both NASDAQ and gold. All right. I'm going to wait till the close of the candle to trade this. Big breakout. All right, in NASDAQ, I'm going to work the NASDAQ one just because I want to be focused on this. It's 710.25, so I got to be at 725 on my secondary entry. Bring my secondary entry forward. And then I'll trade the gold now. All right, and on gold, a little bit late, but exit is 85.8, so 87.8. Really? Wow. Oh, I'm like a whole. I'm a whole point off on gold. So I came in very late. So I'm basically just so the gold just got done at +1 instead of +2 because I came in very late. But you know, I'm trading NASDAQ. Where's NASDAQ target here? 708.25. It should be 18.25. Oh, 18.25. Did I miss? Now I'm in on the secondary one, and now we got to work the NASDAQ on the secondary one. Did I miss the first one on NASDAQ? No, I would have never made it. It was 18.25, and it was 18 to the high. So now I'm in on the secondary entry on NASDAQ. And let's see if we can make the second exit out. Oh, this is too hard. NASDAQ is going to stop me both ways, up and down today. Really tough. Just a lot of vol. Yeah, just a lot of vol. Well, stop me out on one, but not on the other one. It doesn't matter. I'm staying in the trade, but it's just gonna stop me out. Yeah, NASDAQ is really hurting me today on this trade. On this one account. So like this one account is getting beaten up. All the other accounts are positive. This is the whole point of how I trade separate accounts to make sure that they all work. That was really tough actually. I think it just nicked me on the downside on a retrace. And one of the reasons why I did is because you see the candle was too large. Like the proper stop would be underneath this candle, but I didn't want to take that much risk. Had I held underneath the candle, I think this trade would actually work. But because I didn't give myself enough room, the trade just nicked me to the downside based upon volatility, which happens. That's just the risk you take on these vol trades. And I'm out of this thing. Nope. So I got nicked badly on NQ. The gold trade worked very nicely though. So that that's all we can do. We'll see what the next setup is. This was just a tough trade because my vibe is if you just sort of to show you if you hold this underneath here. Do we touch the low here? And if we don't, if this thing goes right back up to the open, then it was just too tight a stop for this trade. Which I probably it was a orange label. It was telling me that it was too big a stop, but I took it because I want to take the trade. Yeah, it was just too much volatility. NASDAQ is very notorious for that. Gold is much easier to do because the vol in gold is nowhere near as bad on the retrace side as it is in NAS. So that's unfortunate, but we'll try to get it back. This is literally like a jaws of death, sell, buy, stop out both ways as the vol got totally jammed up. That happens. Yes, the gold buy means it means a super large candle. It's caution. It tells you that, because what this means is that the stop on the candle is small in the candle itself. You generally want, I mean, it's not like it doesn't always, it works a lot of times. This, good momentum a lot of times means continuation, but sometimes, it's a warning sign to you that, it will, it's too wide a, stop. Excuse me, too narrow a stop. Like this is a huge breakout candle, much bigger than, like our stop is 30, and you see this is like a 60-point candle, but it had perfect continuation. This one I think the problem with this candle was I literally missed the target by 1/4 of a point, and then it retraced out to take me out on a non-stop stop, and now it's going to go right back to its target. It's just, that happens, and you have to accept that and just work back. That's why you segregate accounts. And so now this is the one account that got butchered today. All the other accounts are positive. I'll have to work that account back to break even. We'll see if I can do that by tomorrow. Maybe it'll take me a day or two to work that account to break even. But that's how you protect capital, just by having if there was bad luck, it's just going to be in one account, so it's fine. So that's it. Sorry, we kind of end on a downer, not an upper today, but that happens. It's always a good lesson for anybody who trades that not every day is rose and sunshine. But overall, I mean, it's 3 out of 4 accounts that are positive, as I showed you guys earlier today. But this one just got chopped up in a very ugly 1-2 pattern. The sell got stopped, the buy got stopped. When you get that, it's very, very hard. You really dug yourself into a hole. You got to come back down, start again with just tiny amount, and work your way back up slowly to break even. Okay, don't try to get back everything all at once on this type of accounts. Maybe what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start employing Santiago's technique of a retrace trade, and see if that works a little bit better, and just with a lower probability trade. Anyways, guys, I'm going to run. Everybody have a great day. Everybody don't forget Apex. Yeah, I'm feeling better, but I'm still a little stuffy, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100%. Here's the Apex link for everybody. Here's the coaching link if you guys want it. And as I said, I'll upgrade anybody who's a beginner into coaching. No problem. I'll refund you the money. Okay, everybody have a great day. Everybody enjoy. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.